Hello and welcome to another update from the Greater Waco Advanced Manufacturing Academy. My name is Dale Caffey and I'm pleased to be joined by Donna McKethan, the Waco ISD Director of Career and Technology Education. It has been a big day, and without saying one word, Donna, let's step back and show people a huge check. And now let you tell us about this check.
Yes, this check is from the United States Department of Education, and it is given to the Greater Waco Advanced Manufacturing Academy. It's a magnet school grant in the sum of $2.1 million. Lots of millions. It is from them to expand what we're doing here. And actually, over the next 3 years, the amount will increase to $5.7 million. But today, we're celebrating the $2.2 million that we've received. And each year, we can celebrate as more comes in and we meet the goals of the grant and increase our student numbers.
We had a great reception that involved students, it involved business partners, community leaders, and they were all excited. You had a great turnout this morning, so talk about the key players, and I think those are the key players involved in this.
We've had so many people that made this dream come true. In fact, when we were talking, I leaned over to Marcus and I said, it's really neat to hear somebody else talking about the dream that we have had for so long. And there's so many people that came into play with this: the Business League, the City of Waco, the Chamber of Commerce, the many business manufacturing companies here in Waco that have been a part of it, TSTC, MCC, Region 12, and Dr. Kane, along with the superintendents of the contiguous school districts, as well as some from as far away as Clifton that have joined us in this project here at the school. So it's been amazing. And of course the kids were here, and they're why we do all this, but they just shine like stars today.
It goes without saying that a lot of competition exists for grants like this. They don't just happen. No. Talk about the work that went into this.
This was several months that we worked on this grant, rewriting, re-examining, looking, making sure that we've dotted all the I's and crossed all the T's, and that there were 27 schools across the United States that were awarded a grant. So when you think about all the different people that applied for this grant, that we're one out of 27 in the United States that are celebrating today, that's a major accomplishment, and we're so excited. And if it wasn't for the partners, we write, Marcus and I did the writing, but if you didn't have the partners to inspire and lead you into what this academy should be, it would never have happened.
Talk about what you think sold the U.S. Department of Education on awarding this grant to Guama.
What sold them is just the pure, this is just a place of camaraderie here. I mean, there's been so many people involved, like all the folks that we mentioned before. When a government entity looks and says, wow, these school districts that play football on Friday night are actually going to get along and train welders, and my goodness, you've got the college, you've got Baylor, you've got TSTC, you've got MCC, and coming together, and all these folks that are even competitors. We've got people on our board that actually in business compete with each other, and you've got the Business League, and that's what sold the grant, was that piece, because that is so unusual today that people put aside their personal agendas to come together to support this community and the students. We want kids to stay here in Waco, and that's what these business community leaders told us, and that's what this place will do, is keep them here in Waco.
We continue to spread the word about Guama. I'm sure that a lot of people out there watching this program know what it's all about, but they're wondering now, okay, what does this $2.2 million mean to the school?
What it means, it will bring us some additional staff in here so that we can work with the students in making sure that their career plans are complete. They came with the notion of this would be a welding academy, but now we'll actually have some job placement and some career planning, and what's the next step for individual children. We have a family liaison that will be coming in, and that family liaison will get to go down and sit down with a mom and dad that maybe are not familiar with manufacturing and talk to them about what this could mean to their children. And so we will a staff that's going to really help us. And then we'll look at expanding the academy. Right now we're doing welding. In addition, we also, which is unique about us, we do math and science here, which a lot of career academies just do the career tech part, but our manufacturers, our company said, no, you got to do it all together. Kids have to see that connection. So as we expand, we're looking at precision metal manufacturing, which is kind of computer-aided cutting and bending of metal it's a little bit different from welding. It's maybe the pieces that then go out to the welding shop. And so an engineer would design perhaps a part or a piece that they need for their next their next project, and then the person who is then the manufacturer, the precision guy, will create that for them so that the part works. So you've got the complete gamut of what's going on here. And so they'll be able to see how those are created, how they're formed, and then how they actually go out to the welding shop to put all that together. So they'll see more of a complete process. And the other one that we're looking at, and it's the one that the business partners are actually discussing, we had a meeting even yesterday to discuss it, is automation, which is robotics, and electronics, which is the other piece of the manufacturing company. So what that would be is a lot of these processes are now being automated. There are actually robots that do welding. There are robots that move pieces along for welders to work on. There's all kinds of automation in manufacturing, and so that's the next piece, the electronics of making those work, the computerization of making a robot work. So then you're bringing in another kind of student who really doesn't want to be in the welding shop or doing that piece, but they'd be the ones that would design the machines that would then increase the make it all work together. So then, once again, the circle gets bigger and tighter so that we're putting out a well-rounded student, and a student that comes, I really don't want to do welding. It's too hot out there, but man, that robot would be fun. And I think kids are going to find out too that robotics can be a hobby, but wow, look at the job you can have. What seems to be a hobby can be a well-paying job.
Indeed, it is an exciting day for the Greater Waco Advanced Manufacturing Academy. Let's take a step back, let the camera take a close-up shot of this check, and we're going to go and try to find some welding students to talk to.
Let's go talk to some. We got some great ones here.
And welcome to the Greater Waco Advanced Manufacturing Academy for today's big announcement. My name is Pat Atkins. I am president of the Waco ISD School Board. And for those of us who have advocated for several years for expanded career and technology programs, this is an exciting day. The Greater Waco Advanced Manufacturing Academy is unique in a lot of ways. First and foremost is the involvement and support we enjoy from the business community. The Business League and other industrial leaders not only help us identify needs in the local economy, but they have also helped us design and develop the curriculum that our students are going to get to receive. And so I want to begin on behalf of the Board of Trustees by thanking the Waco Business League and the other business leaders who have helped make this academy possible. Today is amazing. There's no way to describe what we're about to do other than simply unbelievable. The fact that all those components have come together and allowed the Greater Waco Advanced Manufacturing Academy to receive this level of national recognition less than 6 weeks after we first opened our doors to students is nothing short of amazing. And so it's truly an exciting day, and we want to thank you for joining us and helping us celebrate today's historic announcement.
I am pleased to announce that we recently received notification from the Department of Education that Guama is the recipient of a Magnet School Assistance Program grant. The grant is in the amount of $2.199 million for the first year and $3.542 million over the next 2 years. I know we have a grant department, and I know it takes a lot of time to write a grant such as this. There were 2 people who were absolutely key. We cannot just say we received a grant. There were 2 people who stayed up at night, who stayed after school, who saw through a packet that is just very intimidating to fill out, particularly when you think you are one school district in a million who are going to apply. Why bother? Why take that time? Chances are you're not going to get it. But we had 2 people who just chugged through it all. And that's Donna McKethan and Marcus Walker. I don't even think the grant department helped because we were in transition. I mean, literally 2 people made this happen. The grant will fund technology, materials, instructional support, and several aspects of the expansion phases, such as precision metal manufacturing, digital electronics, robotics, and automation. This is news worth celebrating, and it's not only good news, it's not the only good news we've received this past week. We also have been notified that our application to the Cooper Foundation for a grant to provide assistance with the major expenses for building Guama was also awarded for $100,000. Some may wonder if the federal grant will diminish the need for local support and if we even need the foundation supporting us. We do. I want to make certain that everyone knows that this program is unique because it was created through local partnerships, and it will continue to flourish because of the local commitment to the project. That was also key in us getting the grant. You could not be a standalone school doing your own thing. You had to have businesses and community input and involvement. The federal assistance over the next 3 years is icing on the cake. We will do incredible things with these funds to provide a national model for career and technology education. But there are needs that this grant will not address. The ongoing commitment from the community will ultimately determine the success of Guama. There is also monies in there as we expand, not just for Guama, but we're looking into another area, the healthcare area. And so this will allow the Waco community, the Waco ISD, and the other school districts to have a similar project only with healthcare services. I want to thank you for what you have done for us and what you will continue to do with us to make this academy a premier workforce development center.
I am now pleased to be out at the welding facility of the Greater Waco Advanced Manufacturing Academy. I have some students behind me, their instructor behind me, and beside me is Director Marcus Walker. And this is an exciting day. We talked about the grant. It's going to mean great things for continued growth here. Talk about your excitement and the work that went into this grant.
I'm very excited. I'm very excited for the kids. I'm very excited for the staff, and I'm very excited for our school districts who are participating. It is wonderful to know that we now have multi-million dollars to actually buy staff development, actually buy great equipment for kids, and expand the academies. I just cannot tell you how thrilled I am about that.
You are not only proud of that grant, but proud that after about a month and a half, not quite, of school, these students are out here in the lab making sparks fly.
I can tell you I'm a proud dad. We're in the 6th week of school right now, and our students have actually been in the welding shop for the last 3, and they'll tell you more about it when you get them in the welding lab.
Very good. Congratulations, Marcus, and best wishes on making good use of this grant.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Okay, we're going to transition now back and talk to some of these outstanding students at the Greater Waco Advanced Manufacturing Academy. We're going to ask them where they're from, obviously what their name is, and some other questions. First, we have
Sergio Forrest,
Sergio, and you go to school where?
Waco High.
From Waco High School. Tell me about the excitement that you had about 3 weeks ago when you finally got to set foot in this working laboratory.
Well, they told me it was going to be a great opportunity to get, a good job for college. And, well, I said, why not? So I decided to come over here and see what opportunities this brought me.
So the first 3 weeks you were in the classroom, basically hearing from Ms. Rogerson and other teachers about what you were about to experience. When you first got to step foot out here and put the metal or start throwing sparks, if I may, what did it feel like? Were you excited?
Yeah. Well, it was like my first time actually trying it. I only seen it in TVs, but I never tried it. And yeah, I'm starting to get a hang of it now.
Very good. A first-time experience. Tell me about your future goals.
Well, after I graduate high school, I'm thinking about taking this opportunity and, increase my knowledge in welding and, just see where it takes me.
Very good, Sergio. You have a bright future, and congratulations on a great job so far.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to move on down and talk to your name, sir.
Jake King.
From what school?
Robinson.
Great. Great to have you here from Robinson ISD. I'm going to ask you a lot of the same questions that I'll ask all of these students. Your excitement on now being out in the shop, maybe not welding for the first time in your life, but throwing sparks here, using some great equipment.
Yes, sir. I love welding, and when I came here, Ms. Rogerson showed me how to become a better welder, and she helped me through it all.
Very good. What are your goals for the coming years?
When I graduate here, I'm going to go to TSTC and become better at welding, and after that, hopefully go to the pipeline or down to Houston and weld there.
Sounds great. So you're already looking into a welding career, and you know what's kind of out there. You know that there are jobs available.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Best of luck as you move forward, and thank you for coming in. How is it to come in from Robinson ISD into Waco ISD every day?
It's different. You meet a lot of new people, and everybody becomes friends here. Like, we're all like each other.
Very good. So glad to have you here, and best wishes.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. And we're going to talk to this next young man. Your name?
Ethan Brown,
From?
Robinson.
Another Robinson student. Okay, so you guys probably knew each other before you came?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Tell me how it is to have a friend here and maybe have a lot of the same goals.
It's fun getting to be with your friends and make new friends from Waco High and other school districts. It's real cool.
Talk about your experiences so far in the laboratory that's actually behind us. Behind this wall are all those stations with modern welding equipment. Talk about your operation of that equipment so far.
It's going good. Kind of weird at first because it's such a high-tech machinery that you got to learn. But in the classroom work that we did, we learned how to work on. We read the instructor manual. We did everything. And now we're just kind of getting hands-on experience, learning more about it, getting to do more with it. It's fun.
Did you have some welding experience before you came?
Yes, I did. I worked
Okay.
on the farm for a couple of years.
Okay. On the farm using an arc welder?
Yeah, shielded metal, arc welding, MIG welder, pretty much everything, a little bit of everything.
Is this a little bit different, more sophisticated?
Yeah, it's a little more touchy. Farm work, you just kind of get the job done. But here, you want to look for your skill level. You want to make it look pretty. Very good. But it's different. I like it.
Same question I asked all of the students so far is your future goals.
Graduate here and either go to an engineering school and become an oil field engineer, or look into the welding field, become a pipeline welder, along those lines. Just kind of go with engineer or welding.
Great. Ambitious goals. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Okay, let's move on down and talk to this student. Your name?
Hello, I'm Deja Harris, and I'm from Waco High.
Very good. Tell me about why you enrolled out at the Greater Waco Advanced Manufacturing Academy.
Well, I wanted to get a start on my mechanics, like mechanical and engineering career, and see where it could take me. And I liked working with my hands. I'm more of a hands-on person than like reading the books. So this has been like a really good experience for me, like, because I actually enjoy something that I do. And it's something I actually want to do, so it's actually fun coming out here and working with all of them and learning skills from them, those things I can do better.
How's it been so far in the laboratory or in the welding cubicles behind us?
Well, at first it was kind of rough because I wasn't really sure on how to work the arc and control it. But now that I can actually control the arc and create beads and stuff, it's actually really fun. It's not stressful. It's just I just come out here and try to be better than what I was the day before, you know.
Very good. Is this your first experience in welding?
Yes, sir, it is. I've only been doing it for about 4 weeks, and from what I've heard, I'm pretty good, but you can always do better.
Very good. I'm sure you're making your teacher, who I'm about to talk to, very proud by saying that. In only 4 weeks, you're feeling pretty confident. Your future goals, I think you mentioned engineering.
Yes, would like to open a car company in the future after I go to college and settle down, get a job, and build money for it. Or I would like to work at a car company that's really popular nowadays, just to get my ideas out there and create some new things.
Very good. Well, best of luck as you continue to weld and to make your skills even more employable.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. And finally, we're going to talk to Joy Rogerson. And Joy, I know that if Marcus said he was a proud papa or a proud daddy, you're a proud mama, because you have some outstanding students. We just talked to 4 of them, 4 of about 60 or so, I believe. Yes, talk about the excitement that you have finally getting them out here in the lab.
Oh, they have grown so much in 4 weeks. The first few times, especially like Deja here, she was just barely striking it, could not even keep an arc. She was getting frustrated. Now she is putting 6 8-inch long beads on the plate. She is starting to refine her skills. She is really coming along, of course, and my other young men too, and ladies in the academy.
Joy, for those that don't know you that well, you have been in Central Texas for a long time, in neighboring Marlin ISD, I believe. Yes. Talk about how you got involved in welding.
Well, I got involved in welding. I'm a Texas A&M major, and I got my agricultural science degree. And the agricultural science teacher's position came open in Marlin about 6 years ago. I applied, got the position, found out that the welding section of the teacher's position was very vast and large. And so I immediately started taking classes at Sam Houston, TSTC, everything I could get my hands on so I could be a better instructor. And it just has evolved in the last 5.5 years to where now I'm an adjunct instructor with TSTC, and I'm the instructor for our academy. So it's just really evolved nicely.
Okay, we talked to Deja a moment ago. She's one of several females enrolled in the program, and you're sort of a role model for them too, because welding is not an all guys thing.
No, it's not. And actually, my young females sometimes do better because they have more hand-eye coordination and they keep the detail. They are really detail-oriented, and they like their work to be pristine and very accurate. So they do a little more detail than my young men, but they are right up there with the men, and the ladies both are very good welders.
Very good. How have these last 3 weeks been out in the lab and seeing the kids for the first time get to use this marvelous equipment?
I've loved it. They, like I said, they were like toddlers when they came about 3 or 4 weeks ago and barely able to walk, and now they're starting to sprint. They're running. They're doing their distance running. It's just really evolved. As you can see, we don't have air conditioning in the shop, so that is a transition for the students, but it's a real-world-like activity. You do not have air conditioning in your welding shops and most shops in the real world. So we try to simulate everything for real world to have them a better work ethic.
Joy Rogerson, welding instructor, congratulations on a great start at the academy. And I didn't mention the grant to you, but this grant means great things for you too.
It does, it does. The grant is going to open up a lot of opportunities for me to have more technology interlaced with the welding, and we might even be offering more advanced welding technologies such as spray transfer, which Time Manufacturing and Caterpillar, they both use that. So with the students be able to preview and actually work with a spray transfer technique of welding, it's really going to give them that edge that we need in our Waco workforce.
Okay, thank you, Joy, and thank you, students, for joining us for this update on WISD TV, and best wishes. I am pleased to be joined now by Rick Tullis. He's the president of Capstone Mechanical and a person who has been keenly involved in the development of the Greater Waco Advanced Manufacturing Academy. Mr. Tullis, first of all, got to ask you what you think about this check behind us for almost $2.2 million. That's a lot of money.
Yes, and it, you know, for me, really, it's an affirmation that we're on the right path, that the school district could submit that grant application and that others could see how great of a program it is, you know, and fund it beyond where we are even today, which is great. We've done a great job pulling it together this far, but man, what a great addition to the story that's being told here.
Certainly a shot in the arm. Of course, just a little over a month ago, we celebrated the grand opening here. What have you seen so far that really pleases you?
Well, it's more than just a school. I mean, they are creating a culture here with these students in preparing them to be successful in the workforce. And I mean, they're learning great skills. They're learning how to weld, and they're going to be great at that. But just how to carry themselves in the workplace, how to work safely, how to work as a team, which are all key things to being successful. You know, just having the skill is not enough. And what I really appreciate about how the academy is set up is it's about the whole person.
You are the president of a manufacturing company in town, as well as your fellow manufacturers have joined us today for this great celebration. What does this academy mean for you and your business?
Well, this is the future, right? This is the pipeline. This is what's going to keep Waco moving forward, not just any individual business, but you know, this program and with this money, we'll have the ability to add more trades and more pathways for the students to get into the workforce. So that's the exciting part to me. Is welding is great and it's an important part of what we do. But man, if we can now look at the other areas, the other needs in our market, it gets even better. The story gets better. So.
And you made it pretty clear in your talk today during the news conference that just because we got this grant doesn't put the businesses off the hook. Actually, it makes them want to get even more involved.
Right. The last thing we'd want is for a grant to overshadow the great collaboration, because that's the thing that really should be celebrated. That's the unique thing that has made this academy successful to this point. And so yeah, we want to keep that ball rolling. That's the momentum, and hopefully the grant will add to that momentum and draw more partners into the process.
Certainly will. On behalf of the district, once again, Mr. Tullis, thank you so much for everything you have done to make this possible.
Oh, my pleasure. And trust me, there were a lot of people involved. I am just one small cog in the wheel, but I am thankful to be a part of it.
Very good, and that will do it for this update from the Greater Waco Advanced Manufacturing Academy. My name is Dale Caffey. We'll see you next time.